let's see. Mr. Errico, are you appearing on that case too, Mr. Pitaro?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Thank you. State of Nevada versus William Errico, C307611. This is on page 4. I note that Mr. Errico has been on the line since 11. Thank you, Mr. Errico. I appreciate your patience. Mr. Pitaro, Mr. Lexis, are you on behalf of the state?
Yes, Judge.
So I note, Mr. Pitaro, that we got the financial affidavit. I did review that. I am finding that he is indigent. We are going to be, because my understanding is that you guys were not keeping this case. You guys, Mr. Fumo and yourself are not keeping this case. So therefore, I was going to appoint the next contract attorney on this case.
Yes,
Is that, do I have that? Yes.
If I may interrupt at that point, Mr. Errico, he has some issues concerning the fact that we had taken over pro bono Mr. Terry's cases, and we've done like 250 of them so far.
Yes.
We had requested from Mr. Christensen to see if there's a way that we could get some sort of partial reimbursement, because there's like 30 boxes of files out there. And then Mr. Christensen, as you may know, went to the public defender. The public defender had a conflict. He came back to me, and I spoke with him last night. He said that he did not feel comfortable appointing me or Mr. Fumo by virtue of the fact it would be outside the scope of the normal statutory sentence, and we understood that. However, what we'd like to do is, Mr. Fumo is also out of the office. He'll be back next week, I'm assuming like Tuesday or Wednesday. If we could pass this a week or so that Mr. Fumo and I could speak with Mr. Errico and straighten out so that there are no problems based upon our assumption of Mr. Terry's cases or appointing someone from the track.
Okay, sure.
I mean, that's what we'd request. This has been a little complicated, as you can
I understand. I actually got that from looking at the calendar. I understood this was going to be a complex case. So I'm happy to let Mr. Fumo and you both talk to Mr. Errico, just to make sure we're all on the same page.
Yes.
So let's do 2 weeks, because next week's calendar is a little messy.
Okay.
That will be. Mr. Lexis, I'm sure you're okay with that. I'm so sorry. I just skipped right by you.
And I had spoken previously to Mr. J.P. Rahman, who was doing the case, and we all agree this case is going to be continued out.
Okay. What's the date?
June 24th at 11 o'clock.
June 24th, Mr. Pitaro. Thank you very much. And did you have one more, Mr. Pitaro?
Yes, Your Honor.